Now, success, money, wealth, riches, prosperity, these things are important for human beings. God has created us this way. He has formed the human beings this way that we look forward to success, we look forward to prosperity. But there's something else which is important for Him, and we will share that scripture verse in this video. Now, if you're looking from a worldly perspective or a fleshy perspective, money, success, wealth, riches, all of these things, they are very, very important. It's very important that you're having more wealth, more materialism, more money in your life. And you want to have more and more eventually with time. But we are going to see it from a spiritual point of view as well. And we will turn our scripture to the book of Luke chapter 10 verse 20. Now, this is the moment when Jesus sends out his 72 with authority to go out and heal people, to cast out demons from people. And these people, they come back to Jesus and they say, they're very happy, they're full of joy, and they say, Lord, even the demons, they submit to us. Now, they were really happy. They were full of joy. It was their success and it was their achievement. And that made them very happy. Now, the most important part over here is verse 21, where we read that Jesus, when he was full of joy, he prayed to the Lord. So Jesus was happy in their happiness. He was happy in their achievement, in their success. But we will also turn our scripture to verse 20. Jesus says, however, do not rejoice that the spirits, they submit to you, but rejoice because your names are written in the kingdom of heaven. So God gave us a very beautiful picture from his own eyes. From his perspective, he said, rejoice because your names are written in the kingdom of heaven. You are the ones who are going to the kingdom of heaven. So you should be happy about that fact. You should be happy about this thing that you are going to the kingdom of heaven. But not because of this, because the evil spirits are submitting to you. Not because of this, but because you are going to the kingdom of heaven. Now, this is a scripture verse from the eyes of the Lord, how he is seeing everything, how his perspective is, how he's looking at everything else. Now, when the demons were submitting to these 72 people, I mean, the ones who were given authority by Jesus to go out and heal the people and to cast out the demons from them, they were full of joy. They were rejoicing. That was achievement and success. In today's time, when you have materialistic success or monetary success, we are happy. We're very happy. And that is a moment where we take a lot of, we celebrate. We are full of joy. But in this scripture, what we are reading is that moment when the demons were submitting to these people, they were full of joy. In today's time, the monetary success, the materialism, the wealth, riches, money, all of these things, they make us happy. We are full of joy and we rejoice over all those things and we celebrate. And this particular scripture verse where Jesus says that do not rejoice that the demons, they submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in the kingdom of heaven. This can be applied in today's time as well, because money, wealth, riches, all of these things, they're not going to stay forever. Ultimately, you have to go to your eternal home. And that is one thing which you should be really, really happy about. Now, this complete thing actually goes back to the same video which I made, that your greed is useless. And this also goes back to the scripture verse in Psalm 49 when we read that even though people have a lot of money and riches and wealth, when they die, they do not take anything with them. What stays with them is their conduct, their deeds, their behavior, their heart, their mind, because God pays attention to your heart and your mind, your conduct and your behavior. Now, Jesus has preached a complete Sermon on the Mount, and he said, make sure that you have rewards in the kingdom of heaven. Don't have treasures for yourself when you're staying here on this planet, but build treasures. Make sure that you have treasures for yourself in the kingdom of heaven. So you are building and creating and, accumulating treasures for yourself by doing or pursuing those things which God has asked you to pursue when you apply this Sermon on the Mount. So money, wealth, riches, properties, all of these things, these are not going to go with you when you go to the kingdom of heaven. You don't take anything with yourself when you die. There's another scripture verse which says, when the splendor of the homes of people, it increases, do not be in awe of it, because they are not going to take anything with them. So it's very important that you educate yourself on all of this. At the same time, you can turn your scripture to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 15. God says, I have set before you life and prosperity, death and destruction. So in one way, we learn that life and prosperity is something which we really look forward to. Of course, we want life, and of course, we want prosperity. God has set this desire within the hearts of human beings. So life and prosperity is something which we look forward to. We don't want death and destruction. We want life and prosperity. But at the same time, Jesus has kept a very clear picture in front of us that all this materialistic success or monetary success is not going to go with you when you go to the kingdom of heaven. As in Psalm 49, but rejoice because your names are written in the kingdom of heaven. Also apply the Sermon on the Mount, which is going to give you rewards in the kingdom of heaven. Not that you're going to the kingdom of heaven alone, but you're also being rewarded when you go to the kingdom of heaven. So we are learning something from here, from God's perspective, not from a fleshy perspective or a worldly perspective, but from God's eyes, from God's perspective, how He is looking at it. Rejoice that your names are written in the kingdom of heaven.